Greetings from a very chilly evening here in Katowice in Poland, where I am visiting Legendia for the first time. Now, being the winter season, I am advised that some of the rides are not open, including potentially the main reasons I visited. However, this was a 15-minute walk from my hotel, and the entry ticket has cost just 49 zloty, which is less than £10. So I figure an evening down here is going to be fun anyway. It's open till 9 PM this evening. It's about 5:30 now. Without further ado, let's get inside. I'm Paul, and you're watching Coaster Wave from Legendia. Well, this is a park I've heard very mixed reviews about. From what I understand, it's been around a while, but it has kind of suffered since Legendia have started their mad investment. And there are a lot of closed attractions here, and it's seen better days. But you know what? I'm here to make my own assessment, unbiased, and first impressions walking to the entrance here is that it looks really nice, all lit up for the winter season. So let's go and explore. It's quite quiet here, but like I say, it does actually look really nice all lit up. Got some food stalls dotted around this area here. These flowers are quite nice too. So the effort has gone into this winter season event. And I spy a pirate ship. So if you know Legendia, you'll know that the main reason that I kind of had this park on my agenda was for a roller coaster called Lech Coaster. That I believe is closed. When I look at the list of attractions, it's not on there, so I think it's safe to say most of the coasters are not actually going to be open, so probably no new credits for me today, but still a few rides. It's a lovely atmosphere here actually, like the music's really nice and chilled. There's some really nice lighting, as you can see behind me there. That all looks quite nice, doesn't it? So yeah, hopefully still have quite a nice evening anyway. Who lives in a house like this? And we have some teacups too, so a few fun rides to get on. I'm just kind of walking around and assessing things at the moment and seeing what I fancy doing. Some kind of bat thing up ahead, don't know what this is. Well, that was a restaurant. No idea if they sell actual bats in there. That would be interesting, but yeah, not the rides I was searching for. Well, this is all cool, isn't it? And a lighting aesthetic in keeping with the Coaster Wave channel. And as you can see, we have a very big wheel as well. Probably some pretty good views from up there. I'll head up there in a little while. I mean, that does actually look pretty cool, doesn't it? It is all lit up really nicely. And they have one of those retro rocket rides like you have at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Also not in operation this evening, but cool to see more of these out there in the wild. And this one is called Dreamflight Airlines. Won't be flying with you today. I flew Ryanair and it was average. And sadly, this is where the pathway ends. So this entire park is built around a lake, which you can't see because it's covered in darkness. And all the good stuff is over the other side of the lake. That's where you've got Lech Coaster. I believe they've got like a Schwarzkopf loop for as well. They've certainly got a looping roller coaster of an old style. So yeah, it is quite a limited offering just to kind of these few rides around the front and the light walk. I think it is worth bearing in mind though that entrance has cost me like £9 tonight, so I still think fairly reasonable value for what's on offer. And this is right in the centre of Katowice, so fairly cheap flight from Stansted. I can come back pretty much any time and get those much needed creds, but yeah, definitely a bit of a strange park, this one. Doesn't feel as run down as I was expecting, to be fair, but it is worth noting it is dark. But it's always like a little bit of a bonus this evening anyway, as I had a couple of hours to spare, so well worth popping down here anyway. Anyway, let's go get on some rides. I'm going to start with the Wave Swinger. Well, as you can see, it is tearing around. I have a feeling this is going to be a chilly one. Might have to beanie up. Well, more than anything, that was just cold. Even with gloves, scarf, beanie, which doesn't suit me at all. and thermal undergarments, still really felt that. Interesting as well, a lot of the riders just start deboarding while the ride is still in motion as it's slowing down. Interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm about to jump on the Legendia flower, which is their big wheel, which is literally there. So come and join me up there. I've got a feeling this is going to be bloody freezing up there too, but at least I won't be moving at like 30 miles an hour. Well, here we are up aboard the Legendia flower. This is an interesting big wheel because you can actually turn the thing round. So it's like a cross between a big wheel and a teacup ride, I guess, but not quite as frantic. Anyway, from up here you can kind of see a lot of the surrounding lighting. You can kind of see the lake lit up a bit more as well. Somewhere in the background there is Lech Coaster, which unfortunately I'm not getting to ride on this visit. It does look all quite nice though, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. It's very cold, it's very rocky. It doesn't feel like the sturdiest big wheel I've ever been on. But yeah, some pretty good views up here. Well, I tried to adjust slightly to get some different shots and then just started spinning frantically. So now I'm just sort of rotating at about 80 feet in the air. And my hands feel like they're going to freeze off. Yeah, it's an interesting evening at Legendia. It just sort of spins, it's just a life of its own really. I mean, should big wheel cars be spinning it at this speed? I don't know. Well, the Legendia flower was certainly interesting. I don't think I've ever been freaked out by a big wheel before, but that was certainly awkward at times. Not like too scary or intimidating, but definitely some odd feelings up there when you sort of move slightly and then the whole thing just would just rotate. Yeah. Odd, but still cool to do it. It is really, really cold here now. And if you love the content here on Coaster Wave, then liking the video really helps the channel out. It helps YouTube spread it a little bit further, then I get a few more views, and then I visit more places and you get more content. So support the ecosystem. Well, we've got some sort of maze here. I've got to be honest, it doesn't look that complicated to escape. Literally that. Yeah, that wasn't too challenging, was it? Right, let's go ride some teacups and get some spinach. Teacups was all right. Hard to get too much purchase wearing gloves, and I won't going to take them off because I think my hands are going to freeze off and get some kind of frostbite, and I need my fingers so I can eat KFC. That's knocking. Come in. And this one's sort of creaking. Well, what is in here? Another sort of maze type thing, I guess. Yeah, it definitely feels more like a sort of a light walk than a theme park for this winter event. Also worth noting, they do have a big laser light show on next weekend. So if you're coming down on the weekend of the 25th and 26th of January, then you'd have a big laser show to experience. And I've escaped. They do have a few like self-riding rides as well. You just kind of get on and do your thing. Well, I wonder if it's a bit warmer inside this giant dome. Let's go and investigate. This actually looks quite funky in here. Oh, they've got like a little train, look. It is kind of weird how many European parks keep their Christmas events running until like the mid to end of January. Like, I am feeling not remotely Christmassy anymore, and yet here I am stood in front of a massive Christmas tree. Feels weird. Shall we make some beautiful music? Oh, they're really slippery. That was a bad idea. And it sounded awful. Well, some crucial life advice there. And I'm going to end my evening here at Legendia on this rocking boat, which is called... I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. It's a pirate ship. Let's go ride. legitimately thought that was the ride up. So finished the evening there with a ride on the pirate ship, which did pirate ship things, and it was okay. Not the fiercest, but not the worst either. And it's been an interesting evening here at Legendia. I'll be honest, it has got so cold that it's too hard to enjoy at this point. It's about -3 now, and I can no longer feel my fingers that I'm using to hold this camera. So if it suddenly drops to the floor, you know that I've lost them in a horrific frostbite incident. But yeah, it's okay. I mean, obviously disappointed that the back half of the park isn't open, but the park looks really nice. Like, they've done a really nice job to light up what they do have here. The few rides operating were kind of good fun, and it is worth stressing that it has only cost the equivalent of £9 to get in. So if you are in the area, you are local, worth popping down here for an hour and a half or so of an evening, just to kind of chill out, have a good time, enjoy the lights and a couple of rides. Anyway, that's all from me. Catch you soon, and tomorrow I'll be at Legendia, so see you there.